Do Cluinnidh agus coach Forfar Farmington Cheryl Kilcoyne Cheryl Kilcoyne get down for a crop cautious pars na behe.
My dad and brothers, they all played at some point at different levels. So I've always been around football. It's never really been something that I've got into. It's just always been there. And then with school and playing with my friends around the streets and stuff, back gardens and things like that. So it's kind of always been there. I wouldn't say there was a specific time where I felt, I got into it.
Bha game dyn yn y corth of the Cheryl ac at ysmyn hi mi gyn driachs and spores. Gary sy'n gyda nhw the horsigi click to Forfar Farmington.
That came later. That probably came through the pathway at Farmington. I didn't really know that you could go on and play further when I was younger. So probably about 14, when we started getting to play with the Prem team, that was kind of when I realised that I could progress further and there was opportunities to do that. So I have been here since I was 7 years old, and I used to play for a boys team. And with the boys team I didn't really get the opportunities to play. I got to train every week but never to play. My mum actually at that time worked with Colin Brown, who was the chairman, and he decided that he wanted to bring more players in and asked if I would join. And since then I've never looked back, and I've played at every level here, and probably more than once at different times. I played 17s on a Saturday, played some of the Prem games on a Sunday, so yeah, I've always been here. It's just a club that I don't see myself ever leaving.
Ha Cheryl y Kilcoyne nhw dda triplet ag y clwb skip y farpysach o hwyd ymach o'n sy'n SWPL. Agus ag ag iawn hawl fa achgyd I haring ymach as y lig, ei ddash an y da file is fichyd sy hyn.
Yeah, it was devastating actually for the club. I unfortunately had made the decision probably the season before that would be my last for some time, just personal reasons. Training was having to train more. There was just financially, it was difficult. We couldn't really compete financially either. So although we were really, really gutted about it, it probably came at the right time for the club. Just financially it wasn't possible to carry on with players coming from elsewhere, not looking really to play just for the fun that we were anymore. It was more for money, which is fair enough for them, but yeah. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of positioning and about moving on and off the ball like we've done the last couple of games.
Fa big anwnia ag Cheryl is fall of a ball cautious. Ach gymal lua a siawi big yn smyrni chi, fa I fiachain iddo gyda coachi. She came gynysta y fawn hi, a fa Cheryl is on fiachain, gwys laf y chwmal ystau ag y club.
No, so Leah White, I played with one of my teammates. She coached the under-10s team at the time, and they were moving up to under-12s, and she decided that she wanted another person to come in. Leah and I are quite good friends, so I decided that maybe that would be something I could look into more. It's not something I ever really thought about. I wasn't sure if I would be good at it, and I think coming from Leah, who is a very good coach, it was nice to be able to slot in without feeling like the pressure was all on me. I was able to watch her for quite some time before I came into it, and yeah, it's been really good. I think it's seeing that it starts so early. Our girls are only, when I met them, were only 9 and 10, and the way they play football is, I could only have wished to have played like that when I was their age. Their movement, the way they understand the game. I think there's so much more about football now that they get exposed to that we never. And I really enjoy it. And the girls are such a good laugh. They are. Drive us up the wall, but a good laugh. I'm still at the very beginning of my coaching career, so to say, and I hope to progress up the levels and take these girls on further. I really enjoy it at the moment. I'm not sure where it'll go, how long it'll last, but for now, I'm in a good place. So.
Le Cheryl I ddash ag Forfar Farmington, har o fata awn mas gai ffeinach yr oer son chilling and skipper. Is yet a dollar dash go rain league ball cautious.
Yeah, when it was recreational, I just didn't feel like that was my level that I wanted to come back into. I just felt that I'd played at such a high level that going back to that, and the girls are amazing, but for people not playing to playing at such a high level, I didn't really want to do that. So when I knew they were going to a league and it was going to be slightly more competitive, they did ask me a couple of times, and I was humming and haying about it, but I decided that, I missed the family aspect of it. I missed the friendships and being around other people all the time. Coaching's great, but you don't get the same feel as being a teammate. I think that's ultimately what took me back to playing. a lot of the girls that I'm playing with now I've played with previously, so we all know each other really well. Yeah, it's been great fun. I think I've just came back to loving the game. For a while it was really competitive when I played Premier League, and it just was difficult when you're trying to juggle work, life and football. It became really challenging, so to be able to go back and play just for the fun and for the sake of playing, I really enjoyed it. So.
A Cheryl yn dochus yn skip y steach y gyddies mar ynt yn friaf skipien an the ball caution and ban. Hadders it na seisang a haddi hieng.
Yeah, I always knew there would be a team that came back. There was going to be, and we're going to climb. I know that is what we expect to do, is we want to progress further up the leagues. Will we ever be back at SWPL 1? Maybe not, but never say never. But I think realistically, to get into Championship, that would be our goal at the moment.
Còmhla Forfar Farmington ha Cheryl is doi oprach a lorach eiter bei avistach agus ball caution. Agus I dyn o fiwr dy fi effecting cheil hosach chora mar chwtse agus mar chlychydr.
Yeah, I think I was in such a difficult part of me that we really didn't want to leave, but coaching was the next best thing to not play in. It was less commitment, and I still was in football. I never ever wanted to step away completely. That wasn't my goal, but realistically I just couldn't commit any more time to it. But yeah, I think every person who's played at such a high level, they don't want to step away completely. But no, I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully it continues. Hopefully I continue playing and continue coaching and see where it goes.